Hey everybody! So today I want to do a look inspired by a face chart. I've never done this before, so I'm really excited. It's not going to be a total recreation because this is the look I'm going to do. I am taking inspiration from the eyes, so I will be attempting to recreate the eyes, but not the whole face, like specifically the lips. I just don't have a green lipstick, so we're not gonna do that. So this face chart was done by a creator on Instagram named Judastape. They do all kinds of face charts. They're all amazing. I have a bunch of them actually saved because I want to recreate all of them. That's not possible, but they're just so good. I also want to recreate a milk face chart. I've been wanting to do that for a really long time. I just never have, but I don't know, this one, it's just so summery. It's juicy and fruity. Obviously it's a watermelon and I'm feeling summery. It's nice out. I'm gonna go outside later. I really felt like a watermelon today, so this is what I'm gonna do. My face is already done. I usually do my face before I start recording makeup looks for YouTube just because I think the eyes are the most interesting part. I have a whole video just with my face routine. If you're interested, I'll put it in the card. So for the shadows, I looked through all of my palettes, everything I had, and I think I found what I like the best for this look, but this might change as I go. I just haven't practiced yet. So out of the Kaleidos VR Neon palette, I'm gonna use this lime green. And then out of the Menagerie Feral palette, I'm gonna use Ivy, the darker green, and Wisteria, the pink. Okay, eyes are primed, we're zoomed in. Let's get started on the shadow. So this is like a cut crease halo eye. I've never actually done this exact style before, so we're just gonna wing it, I guess. I'm gonna start with the lime green in the Kaleidos palette. I like to work light to dark. I know some people prefer the other way around, but this just works better for me. I'm gonna keep this slightly above the crease because this is more of like a halo eye, and I can see that the crease does stay pretty deep. And I'm just following kind of that orbital bone, just like my natural eye socket. And I'm bringing it in quite far because the green actually does travel the whole way around the eye. So I'm bringing it all the way to the inner corner. I obviously still need to blend it, but I'm just putting down the shape to start. Bringing it all the way around. And I'm not applying it right up to the lash line because that is obviously pink in the face chart. So I'm applying it like right over my eye bag area. Okay, so a big circle of lime green all around. I'm gonna start working on blending this out just with no additional product. I'm just using that same brush just to diffuse it. Okay, I think that this is a good start. It's obviously not perfect, but I want to start getting into the deeper green. I know I'm going to be layering them anyway, so I don't want to keep blending this just to end up blending it more anyway. I'm just going to leave this the way it is and do the other eye the same way and then get started on the deeper green. Okay, so I'm going to start dipping into Ivy from the Feral palette. And I'm going to just start building up a halo eye shape. Again, I'm just placing down the shape. I'm not getting into blending it quite yet. The deeper green does travel into the crease a little bit. Obviously it gets cut off by the cut crease, so I am gonna start blending it into the crease with no additional product yet. Just kind of blend it out, around. And this does get brought down to the lower lash line as well. And then just right on the lid, not in the crease or anything, but just right on the lid next to where the pink is gonna go, I am gonna put a little bit of alpha over the green just to deepen it up a little bit more, just a tiny bit. That looks a little messy, but I'm hoping that I can clean it up with the cut crease when I get to that step. I'm just gonna repeat the same process on the other eye and then come back for the pink. Okay, I'm gonna pause on the green for now because I want to get the pink on just so I know kind of the shape I'm working with. So I've never done a halo cut crease before, so this is probably gonna be a little struggle. I'm gonna use the Shape Tape concealer, and I'm just gonna start small with a little tiny liner brush. First, I'm just gonna make sure that I can get a symmetrical shape. So I want it to land like about here. And then make it a little arch. And then just kind of play with both sides until they look right. And this is kind of rough, but I'm just kind of laying out the shape yet again. So now along the lash line, I want to decide how far I want the pink to go. And then I'm just gonna kind of tap and connect those two lines. So it's gonna be that kind of shape. And now I'm gonna take a kind of a pencil brush shape, but it's a little fluffier because I really want that softened, kind of like that. And then I'm just gonna fill that in with a little synthetic flat brush. Okay, and then before I do the other eye, I'm gonna put the pink on just so it doesn't crease. And once again, I'm using Wisteria from the Feral palette. I'm just gonna fill that in with the pink. And I'm not going quite up to that concealer line because that little line is going to be covered up with liner at some point, so I'm not really too worried about getting that pink all the way up to the edge. However, it does blend in with the outer edges, so this is going to be kind of tricky. I'm going to overlap a little bit of the pink into the green. I'm actually going to use a little bit of a smaller brush for this. Yeah, I'm going to use a little pencil brush just to help blend the edges together. So I'm putting a little bit of pink out there. Okay, and then a little bit more green. I'm using Ivy from the Feral palette. And just tapping that over the edge. And I'm just going to go back and forth until I'm happy with the blend. Pink and green don't really love to blend together, so I'm also going to use Alpha, that brown, just to help them blend together a little bit too. I think that's a good place to stop for now. I'm gonna do the other eye the exact same way, and then we'll do like the seeds and the liner and all the fun parts of it in a minute. Okay, so the pink lids are on both sides. I still need to do the pink on the lower lash line, and I'm gonna do that the same kind of way. I'm gonna use concealer and the little liner brush and just place down where I want that pink to be, just so that it, you know, really pops and doesn't blend totally in with the green. That's why I'm doing it this way. So a little bit of Shape Tape, and it looks like it's right along the majority of the lash line, so that is where I'm gonna place it. So like that, and then with the pink, just place that on top, just like that. Okay, same thing on the other side, and then we'll do the liner stuff. Okay, so in the photo, obviously it has like the black watermelon seeds, but it also has a little bit of like white speckles. And this is a digital drawing, right? So to me, this looks like more like glitter instead of like white seeds, because I know watermelons have like white seeds too, but I think I'm gonna just do glitter. I'm not gonna do black and white spots. So for the glitter, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm in How Many Carats, because this is basically just like a super microfine shimmer, silver kind of shimmer. It doesn't really have like a base color to it. So I'm going to tap this over all the pink on the top and the bottom. So there's the difference. It just adds that little bit of shimmer to the pink. Okay, and then for the black seeds, I'm just going to use the NYX Epic Ink Liner and just do little dots with it. Like that. I like how that one turned out a little better, but you know, it's okay. Oh no, it's starting to bleed. But from far away, it doesn't look so bad. So then at the top of the pink, there's that arch that's separating the pink from the green. And if you look really closely, it's not all the way white, it's a little bit yellow. So I'm gonna mix the Suva Beauty Split Liner in Banafee, and I'm gonna use the lighter, brighter yellow, and I'm gonna mix it with the Suva Beauty Hydro Liner in Space Panda to make like an almost white yellow. I have a whole video all about water activated liners like these. In that video, I explain how to mix colors, I explain how they work in general, everything that you would need to know. So if you're curious, go check out that video. It will be in the card up here. Okay, so then with that liner, I'm just gonna follow that arch. And I did leave a little bit of concealer there just as a guide, but I'm gonna go a little bit farther in and probably a little bit farther out than that concealer mark. It looks actually a little too white, doesn't it? I'm gonna add a little more yellow to it. Cute, I like it. Okay, so that is it with the liner. I don't have a brush that's thin enough to be like that little teeny tiny micro fine line that's in the Facechart, but I think I made it thin enough. I think it's still okay. So I'm gonna do lashes and lips and then come back for the final look. Okay, so that is it with everything all done. I used the ColourPop eyeliner in Boots for the waterline and the lips, and then I put the Just a Tint lip balm in the Strand from ColourPop on top for that little bit of gloss. I think it looks great. I think it's definitely theatrical, not necessarily like work appropriate everyday wearable, but I'm gonna walk to a coffee shop and get some tea, and I feel fine wearing this for that adventure. So yeah, I love it. I love anything summery, bright, fruity, colorful, avant-garde, theatrical. I love it. I will admit, I think it was just a little bit outside of my skill level. I think it came together well, but for sure, I want to keep practicing Facechart recreations. Yeah, I love it. Let me know if you're into it. I might do more stuff like this in the future. Facechart recreations either here on YouTube or on TikTok. I do a lot of makeup application on TikTok. If you're into it, that's a good place to be. All of my social media will be linked down below. If you want to be friends, let's be friends. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. I post twice a week here on YouTube, so subscribe if you're into that. And as always, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!